If you like this information and you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and go ahead and click on that little subscribe button right down there. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. I guess that's the quite definition of free. Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Frasiano, and it is Wednesday, so you know what that means. We're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. If you're new here, this is my segment that I'm calling Sip It or Skip It. I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, whatever it selects. I'm going to pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, and let you know if I'm going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and then replace it because I like it, or once it's gone, I'm going to skip it and move on to something else. So let's see what we're doing today. Get this thing going. All right, we've got Oban Little Bay, a Scotch. Let me go ahead and grab this off the shelf. Port, let's talk about it a little bit. All right, had to get on the ladder for that one. So we've got Oban Little Bay. I believe this is a Diageo project. This is a Diageo product. And just like always, everything for the whiskey is right here, along with my Sip It and Skip It tallies. Now, I'm not exactly positive if Oban is peated or not. So I gotta take a look at this. We've got, where we got 43% ABV, 86 proof. So let's get this thing on the nose. Yeah, fruity pineapple-y. Orchard fruit. Seems to be a pretty common theme lately in my scotches. Maybe a small touch of peat. Maybe way back behind everything. Or maybe it's a salty, briny, I don't know, or a smoky, not necessarily a peat, but maybe a smoke of some sort. But on the nose, it's malty, it's sweet, and I would say fruit sweetness. A little bit of pepper spice. That was a good sentence. There is a touch of pepper spice in here. And on the nose, it smells like a classic Scotch. It's not Speyside, is it? It's single malt. Is it Highland? Yeah, it's a Highland Coastal Malt, a product of Diageo. Love, hate Diageo. Doesn't make a difference to me. All right, I do like the way that it smells. It's kind of got a crispness to it. Maybe a little char, maybe a little smoke, but not peat. I don't know. I kind of am up in the air with smoke and peat. All right, let's go ahead and get it on the palate, see what I think. Little thin. It does taste pretty good. It does have a little bit of smokiness, some oak. The orchard fruits are there. It's a little bit darker on the palate than it is on the nose. And my guess is it's chill filtered and it's not natural color, or there's color added. As it's coating my tongue from the arrival to the mid palate to the finish, there's nothing sharp about this in any way. It definitely feels like it's a pretty consistent Scotch from beginning to end. That is my first sip. It doesn't seem to be developing into anything. Those initial notes are consistent from front to back of the palate. Maybe a little bit of a plummy note, but not plum as far as sherry or Pedro Jimenez. It just has a plum sweetness. All right, let's get that second sip down and then let you know if anything has changed, and I'll let you know if it's going to be a sip or a skip. All right, on that second sip, a little bit more barrel is coming through, a little bit more spice. There is a smokiness to this rather than a peatiness. The orchard fruit sweetness is still there. That pepper note for that spice is still there. You definitely know that you are drinking a Scotch, and this is coming in at the time that I purchased it was $78.99. I think with everything, putting it all together, it is your standard, typical Scotch with a touch of smoke. I wouldn't necessarily say peat, but if you are peat sensitive, I think you might pull something out that might resemble peat. But yeah, nice, light, fruity, smoky, touch of spice. Now, as far as whether this is a sip or a skip at $78.99, this is not something that's going to confuse people. It is straight up in your face, a classic smoky Scotch. So with that being said, this is going to be a skip for me. Once this bottle is gone, I think there will be other offerings that I will appreciate a little bit more at maybe even a little bit of a lower price. The Oban 14, I think I would reach for that over this. And as shelf space becomes a priority, I think I'm gonna have to start limiting that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on how you look at it, this is gonna be a skip. Not that it's bad, It's just that I would prefer other things over it, especially for the price. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below if you are familiar with Little Bay, the Oban Little Bay, or the other Obans, Oban 14. And I don't even know if there's anything else other than the 14 or the Little Bay. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. If you like this information and you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and go ahead and click on that little subscribe button right down there. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. I guess that's the quite definition of free. So do me a favor, if you do like this, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Turn that bell notification on because I produce videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I release them out to YouTube or out to everybody. So if you do appreciate that stuff, turn that bell notification on. Share this with somebody in the whiskey world that might get enjoyment out of it. And until the next time, I hope you're enjoying your journey, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.